That's about as American as it gets, bro.
It's American.
Is this thing on?
Check 1 2 1 2.
It's fucking crazy.
They're invincible, indestructible, and he's living for like 10,000 years.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hunt for Greatness podcast.
Que pasa, muchachos? Welcome to the Hunt for Greatness podcast. I got two of my faves in here tonight. Chris Ganther, or is it Ganther? You gotta get real close to that thing.
Touch the phone, boy.
Just get up on there and make out with it. You want to get real close on it.
I'm here.
His voice sounds so smooth on the microphone. You can kind of get comfortable and then move it however, because I know you ain't never really got to use a mic before, because we had to share it last time, and I got Benjamin Scott.
Benjamin.
Hello.
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 You gotta say it like with a Jewish accent, like holla holla.
Hello.
So, Mariah Carey's tits. Am I
Yeah,
crackling? I'm crackling in this
Christmas
thing.
album, for sure.
Dude, her Christmas album is lit, bro. You can't tell me you don't listen to that shit every fucking Christmas.
If it's on the radio.
Come on, man. I turn it on every Christmas.
I think that she's she probably hit the Christmas song on the top of the charts longer than anybody else.
You think so?
I think so.
But it's about to be smashed out because Gucci Mane just came out with a Christmas song, and it's called Jingle Bells. Did you know that? Bales, like bales of the weed. Bales of weed. Jingle Bells. I think we'll get kicked off of YouTube if I play it.
Probably so.
But you got to hear it. What'd you think about Nick Cannon's diss, Ben?
He did marry and either is divorced from Mariah Carey or not, but it doesn't matter. Garbage.
You know how many times Eminem dissed Nick Cannon, though? Like, how many songs he talks shit about Nick Cannon? It's literally talks shit about Nick Cannon in like 5 different songs.
But is that it can't even be a real challenge. How can it?
It's not, dude. It's a publicity stunt for Wildin' Out. Is it Wildin' Out or is it Wildin' Out?
Wilder.
Yeah, but I think the way it's pronounced usually is Wildin' Out, ain't it?
Yeah,
Nobody really
I think
says
the D's silent.
Nobody
later.
really says
And
Wildin'
then it's
Out. Yeah, it's got to be like a silent D in the Urban Dictionary, right?
I think so.
Doesn't it? So you know what we should start this off with?
Cultural differences.
9/11 being a false flag.
Definitely false flag. No
What
planes.
What do you think? You think no planes?
No planes.
Are you serious, bro?
Oh, yeah. The first one wasn't. The second one, maybe.
What do you mean the first one wasn't? Don't they have videos of the plane?
They didn't have any video of the first one. They had
Dude, it's
video
New
of
York
the second
City.
one.
It's New York City.
None ever came out. Not of the first plane. Or any plane, actually.
No, the second plane, there's a video of it hitting.
Allegedly.
There's a video.
Have you seen Avatar?
Yeah,
CGI.
Yeah. What do you think, Granter? You think it's a false flag? Like it's something to get us in a war with Iraq or what?
I don't know, man.
Or do you think it really was terroristic?
Is Elvis really dead?
Who knows? Tupac's not, for sure.
Okay, so you're telling me that you have a stronger faith that Tupac is alive than there are planes crashing into the...
No, I
biggest
think
building-
Tupac's dead. I'm
buildings
just
in New
fucking
York.
around. Tupac's dead. I think that the whole 9/11 was a false flag because there was trillions of dollars missing out of they had lost like $1 trillion out of some fucking $1.2 trillion were unaccounted for. And the plane hit a part of the Pentagon where that evidence was that they could have used to figure out where that $1.2 trillion.
What about Building 7?
Yeah, weird, right? What's the deal with that?
So Building 7 was 2.5 city blocks away and free fell without any kind of impact, and they alleged that it was from fire, and that what you're seeing on the videos whenever they show the video of that collapse is that the inside of the entire structure through structural fire free fell into itself and collapsed. But there were actual photos of other steel skyscrapers in other parts of the world that were twice as big that burned for 2 and 3 days at a time and never collapsed ever.
Holy
So
shit.
the only structural skyscrapers that have ever free fell ever in the world were both of the North and the South World Trade Center towers and Building 7, and they all happened in the same day. And one of them that fell had zero impact from an alleged plane.
So both planes hit the same building.
Nah. We don't know if there was actually a plane that impacted the first building. But we're pretty certain that the second one's a scam as well. I would say.
So you know how the Vietnam War was over a false flag, like the Gulf of Tonkin?
So was World War I.
So I'm just saying, like, do you think 50 years from now we're going to look back and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, the World Trade Centers, that was a false flag?
What initiated World War I? What initiated our involvement with that? The sinking of the Lusitania. They told them for 7 months, if you or any of your allies come through here, period, we will sink your boats.
Who said that? Russia?
The Germans and
The Germans.
the Germans and the other countries that were with them said,
The axis of evil.
if
evil.
you come through here, we will sink your boats. So don't even try it. And for a long time, we stayed out of it. And then the British had the big, huge, the cruise ships back in the day weren't really like cruise ships. They were really freight liners, but they were luxury freight liners. So they carry all this cargo. But then they got smart and was like, we are going to charge rich people to ride on our big, ugly boat from Britain to New York City. And we're going to create just a crazy pathway where we have all these ships going back and forth, back and forth. Well, after that period, the Germans were like, if you continue to travel across the Atlantic the way that you have been, we are going to sink your boat. And they didn't do it for a long time, 6 or 7 months. Then they slipped up, got us involved. They lost, then got bitter about it, then lost again.
They were pissed whenever they lost, though. The Germans are, because that's what birthed really Hitler. When they lost World War I, then Hitler came along, and then World War II was like this fucking mass genocide of the Jews and shit. And Hitler was the one behind it. You know what I mean?
It really was political backlash because they didn't have anybody to fill the void that Hitler was able to fill. But at the same time, like, think about, do you think JFK was assassinated? By a dude?
Probably not by one person. I mean, it don't seem like it could be by one person that he could have.
So the most illegitimate thing you would ever say if you were not guilty is that I was a patsy. Who even says that?
What does that mean?
Like he was framed. He said, I'm framed. I was set up. I'm a patsy. That's what a patsy is.
Wait, what did you just say before that? You said the most illegitimate thing you would say if you were guilty?
Yeah, like if you were the one that did it, you wouldn't be like, I'm a patsy.
I mean,
or even if you weren't completely involved, like imagine if you took the shot and missed. You might say, I'm a patsy because I didn't hit him. But
so you're saying he didn't do it?
No, I don't think he did. And then the dude that assassinated him, Jack Ruby, ended up, for other reasons as well as the assassination, ended up spending the rest of his life in jail and died from cancer. The guy that assassinated old Dinglewad.
What was the guy who killed Kennedy? What was his name?
Lee Harvey
Oswald. Yeah, so he really didn't have
patsy.
So he really didn't have a chance to say anything but that
Never.
before he got shot.
That was the last thing he was ever recorded.
So you think that you think that they used Lee Harvey Oswald as a scapegoat? The government did, and then the government sent Homeboy in,
or the mob
to murk. Well, that's what that.
One of the two. It could have been internal.
Dude, it could have been the fucking Cubans. The Cubans, because of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Or the Russians. Same time period.
It's all one big circle.
Could have been the Americans. that hired the Cubans
I'm gonna
to
tell you right
fucking
now,
act
though.
like that they did it, but it was really our government.
I'm gonna
that-
tell you right
Nobody
now.
liked Kennedy, bro.
If it was any other way around, if it was China trying to drop nukes in Cuba, they would have got blown up too. Like, you're not going to be putting intercontinental ballistic missiles where people from Miami can hock a loogie on you and think that that's okay. That was what the whole thing was about. But they were trying to disarm Cuba because Cuba was getting all of these missiles that were intercontinental missiles that the Russians were providing them, but they had the ability to put nuclear weapons on those missiles as well. So that was
they
the
would
whole thing with Cuba.
They would attach a nuclear warhead
to the end of it.
and then send it intercontinentally wherever.
Yeah, anywhere.
Damn.
They had already put satellites in space whenever all that stuff came about. But the whole thing was that JFK tried to resolve it peacefully, but wasn't getting anywhere. And the intergovernment, the CIA and the FBI were like, if you don't do something about this, we are. And then
They said that to Kennedy.
They said that to him,
Is that like a fact?
That's a fact.
Okay.
So what happened was he said, I don't want any part of it. I don't want any part of it. And then they went through with it. And then after that, the American people continued to confront him about it. And he finally said, we're really sorry that it happened. And I'm sorry that it happened under my watch. So he didn't admit guilt, but he didn't say, like, I did everything I could to stop it. Because what had happened was the CIA and the FBI pretty much made these moves in the Bay of Tonkin.
Yeah, in the Gulf of Tonkin. Yeah.
Yeah, the Gulf of Tonkin.
Yeah.
Like that's how they did it. Pretty much was they said, we're going to do this, and if you don't support us, we're going to do it anyway. But he through like plausible deniability, meaning he apologized for something that he knows he had no responsibility for. That's kind of what the whole deal was about that. He had a lot of public backlash for that.
But yeah, people hated him after
Hated
that.
him.
Hated him.
Oh yeah.
And then he got fucking
Murked off in Dallas.
popped out and fucking popped off on.
It's pretty bad.
He got a cap popped in his
Yeah,
head.
Tesla stock's at $410 a share.
What does that mean?
Means the short sellers can suck it.
I don't know what that means. You mean people who sell while it's low?
People who bet that it's going to go down.
So what was it when you got it?
Like 360.
Why? What makes it go up? People
Value.
buying into it,
The
or
value.
people buying the cars, or what?
It's value.
Who puts the value on it? Is what I'm trying.
public.
The market. It's an open market.
So, but by putting the value on it means they're selling more stocks.
Yeah, but it's also based off of how much money they have.
The company.
The money that they have from sold products, the amount that they're reinvesting back into the company. So basically, stocks work off of trust and value. So the public trusts that the value of your company is either going to go up or down, and they commit to giving you a certain amount of money for a percentage of that growth or that wealth.
If it's a publicly traded company.
If it's publicly. Yeah, if it's not, if it's
So
private.
Tesla used to not be, though. Tesla used to be
Right.
private.
Right. Up until 2012.
And then he decided to go public with it. Elon.
Yeah, previous to that, they weren't going to do mass production. They were just trying to make electric cars cool again. That was actually the first vehicles were actually electric.
Well, Nikola Tesla had a lot to do with that, right?
Yeah, and they
But they killed him too, right?
They did kill him.
So what happened to him? Do you know the story behind that?
He lived to an almost old age, but what happened was later on in his life, people stopped giving him money and investing in him, and kind of discredited a lot of the stuff that he was doing because he was trying to provide. He was trying to free
basically
energy,
take out fossil fuel.
pretty much.
And they didn't like that. The government does not like
No.
that when you try to dip into what they're making money off of and fighting wars over. Because that's what the 9/11 war ended up being about, was about oil, like procuring. Have you seen Vice?
Also about
Yeah, it's a-
destabilizing the Middle East and
It's a movie, and it's about Dick Cheney.
No.
Oh, my God, dude. It is fucking insane. It's a must-see. I'll tell you that. And Christian Bale plays fucking Dick Cheney.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
Dude.
What do you say whenever Dick Cheney's standing next to you and you got a shotgun in your hand? Bird shot.
Dude, you remember the scene in the movie where he shot the guy? It was like a 10-second scene.
Yeah, dude.
He's like loading his gun up and just goes and shoots the guy. Dude, it's fucking crazy. And then he made that guy apologize to him for shooting him. He said, "I'm sorry, Dick Cheney, for you shooting me."
That's power.
Publicly. Dude.
I want enough power so that when you shoot me, you have to apologize to me.
No. When you shoot somebody, they have to apologize to you.
Whoa.
That's how much power you want. You said it backwards.
No,
you fucking idiot.
I thought he was the one that got shot.
Dick Cheney?
Yeah.
No, he shot the other guy, and then the other guy who got
All this
shot
time.
apologized to Dick Cheney.
All this time I thought it was the other way
No,
around.
I thought you saw the fucking movie.
I don't watch movies.
Dude, that movie is so good, man. You guys got to watch it because it tells you about how Dick Cheney ran shit. Like George Bush was a puppet for Dick Cheney, and Dick Cheney was an evil dude, man. Like he was just like
this is all true shit.
It's a Hollywood movie, but it's
Based
on true
probably
story.
loosely based. I mean, it's embellished probably a little bit, but just how fucking evil he was. And Sam Rockwell plays fucking George Bush. Do you know who Sam Rockwell is?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he is fucking amazing, dude. Have you seen Moon?
No.
Absolutely fucking phenomenal. He's the only guy in the whole movie. One actor. You gotta watch Moon. It's on Netflix. Look it up, Ben. You'll fucking love this movie. It's about outer space and shit.
Do you think we landed on the moon?
Yeah, dude, there's 6 fucking flags on the moon, and I ain't talking about a theme park, boy. There's 6 American flags on the moon. How'd they get there?
You got pictures?
There's pictures of them. There's pictures of the flags. Neil Armstrong and fucking
Is space a
Buzz
vacuum?
Aldrin. Listen to this.
Is space a vacuum?
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, when they landed on the moon, they put a flag on the moon, and they blew that fucker over with the rocket thrusters when they left. So the first flag that's ever put on the moon got blown over by the rocket thrusters. Can you imagine that? You make it to the moon, you put the American flag up, and you blow that sumbitch over with the rocket fuel. You can't turn around. You fucked up. You fucked up bad. You had one job. To put the fucking flag on the moon, and you blew it over. Do you think you don't think we landed on the moon, dude?
Nah, we didn't. Not when we
What?
said we did. It was late. It was
All right,
later.
do you
in the
think
late
everything
80s.
is a conspiracy
No.
theory? Okay. What conspiracy theory do you not believe in?
The world is not flat.
Well, I mean, okay. The
It's
world's
a conspiracy theory.
that's a proven scientific fact. The world's not fucking flat. Come on.
And we also didn't land on the moon in 19.
So why do you think we didn't land on the moon?
We didn't have the capability to do it when we said we did.
We don't have the capability to do it right now.
Probably
the technology
not.
was lost, dude. You can
Probably
look it
not.
up, dude. They lost the technology to land on the fucking moon.
How does that happen?
And they alleged that there was less power, computing power back then than we have in one old 10-year-old smartphone.
That's true.
Yeah, I heard like the first Doppler is like the size of like 3 houses, and it didn't even have the computing technology of an iPhone 6.
They had like 7 or 8 Germans sitting around doing calculus to get their projections right. They're calculating the amount of thrust per cubic liter of liquid oxygen. The fuck? Come on, man. It's a show.
So you don't think Operation Paperclip's real then? That's a conspiracy theory.
They
Because if
were-
you
that
don't
was
think we
high
landed
alti-
on the fucking moon, then you don't think Operation Paperclip is real. And Operation Paperclip, I believe, is real. We got Nazis from fucking Germany, and they won the space race for the United States of America. Fucking Nazis, bro.
I believe that we've done a ton of high altitude missions and trips, successfully returned a bunch of times, but I do not believe that we landed on the moon when we said we did, because we weren't capable of doing it.
Are we
couldn't
still?
pull it
We're
off.
still the only country that ever has put a man on the moon, correct? Pretty sure we are.
Russia?
Nah, I'm pretty sure they've only put like rovers on there because China just put a rover on the dark side of the moon, first country to ever do it. Do you know that?
I wouldn't doubt it.
First country. They're years ahead of us. That's scary.
Only in certain things, because my boy from out west told me that they followed Chinese submarines for months at a time without being detected fully armed with nuclear missiles.
Dude, what? Back
Nothing.
up.
It's been
Say
enough
that
time.
again.
So he was in the United States military.
Your buddy.
My buddy.
Okay. Your
And
butt buddy.
And they had nuclear warheads
The
on
guy
their
you
submarine.
like to fuck.
They were active and armed and followed Chinese submarines for months at a time. They go on 45-day missions, pull up behind Chinese submarines, and just follow them undetected. So how are they? They aren't further ahead than we are. They might have put a rover on that bitch, but have you seen a Huawei phone? Not from me.
I've never seen one. Why
Not
do you
for
say?
me.
Why do you say that?
So, like, you don't want to give another country the ability to know everything about you when none of that stuff's regulated.
Yeah,
Same reason-
nothing's regulated in China.
Nothing. Well, there's not a lot of stuff regulated here. We give permission to too much.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff as far as emissions and like fossil fuel emissions and shit that's regulated. But I know what you're saying. Like the Patriot Act, we gave them full-fledged
Blank
power
pages.
over, like the fucking Edward Snowden shit. You know who Edward Snowden is, Granter?
Mm-hmm.
So like his shit, like how crazy is that they fucking just can listen to whatever they want. Anytime they want to tap into your phone, they can do it.
Can't ever turn it off. It's going to just keep continuing and continuing and continuing.
That's scary to know they can listen to anything you say or do, bro. They can track you at any point. That's how they get a lot of murderers. They ping off cell towers. Like, because if you're telling me,
Triangulation.
if you murdered somebody and you're telling me you're over here, but we can prove that your cell phone pinged off of this tower and this tower, like the Aaron Hernandez shit, the NFL football player that killed himself, but he killed somebody before and he went to jail or whatever. They caught him because his cell phone, and he had cameras in his own fucking house as security cameras that proved that he was out and coming back in and doing all this shit. So they proved that he killed that guy, basically.
So, like, whenever they started using DNA in murder trials and stuff, they first thought that was not a constitutional right. Like, you shouldn't be able to take somebody's DNA or somebody's saliva and pin a murder charge on them. If that's all the evidence that you have, that was the original.
But it
fight.
wasn't as accurate back then, though.
Correct, and a lot of people went to jail for a long time for stuff they didn't do.
But now it's super accurate.
It's so accurate, it's become like one of the only ways that you can get caught.
Stay right here, right next to that mic, so
How would they do that?
So people that don't testify, criminals that commit crimes that don't testify, can say, I plead the fifth. But you can't say that you can't have my blood or saliva. You can plead the fifth and not testify in your defense or, in your own case, but you have to give us your saliva and DNA.
I mean, what, are they going to force it out of you?
They do.
They can't.
Yes, they can.
No, you have rights. You have human
The
rights.
same way that if you get pulled over drunk driving, you're saying that they do not have the right to take you to the hospital and extract blood from you if you refuse to do a breathalyzer.
I mean, how are they going to do it if you won't let them?
They physically lock you up and take you down there and do it. But in the beginning, they thought that was against the Constitution.
Unconstitutional.
It was unconstitutional to take somebody's saliva or blood and test it to prove whether or not they were at a crime scene or not.
Well, because it was inaccurate.
Yep.
So they didn't want to wrongly convict people.
Yeah, that, and because they said that it wasn't constitutionally right, that you should be able to plead the fifth and not testify.
And not give up your sample.
Not give up your sample.
So what happened?
They lost. Now they can do it.
So that shit went to like Supreme Court.
Right, but there was Joe Rogan was talking to Sam Harris about they have these machines now, like a lie detector that's almost 100% accurate. It's not quite accurate enough yet, but they will be able to read your thoughts. So
I heard they convicted some lady in China with that.
I did, yeah, it was the same one.
They
He was talking
convicted
about
some
that.
lady in China with zero evidence because their lie detector thing said that she did it. And it read her thoughts. How crazy is that?
They put her in a machine like an MRI, and they stimulated her brain with pictures of the crime scene that they believe that only the person that committed the crime would know.
And they could tell whether or not she knew it.
That her brain activity responded in a way.
Because it highlights certain areas of memory instead
Correct.
Cognitive thinking, yeah.
Holy shit!
So
it's like fucking Minority
Right.
Report, bro.
Yeah.
If we took
You don't remember that fucking movie with Tom Cruise?
If we took it and covered it up, and you didn't see it for 5 minutes, we pulled the towel off of that thing, and there was nothing there. You could be like, there was a globe on that table, right? A month later, if you came back and that globe was sitting right there,
It would trigger
It would
things.
trigger the exact same area that it did whenever you looked at it when we said it a month earlier.
Damn. So they can like read your brain. Your brain's like a fucking road map they can read, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking crazy. You remember Minority Report? They would hook them up to that machine, and they could tell like if they were going to commit a murder, and they would arrest them before they committed the murder.
Thought crime.
Is that what it was? There's a lot of thought crime going on out here, guys. A lot of thought crime. Granter, you know about that thought crime, don't you, son?
We all do.
Thought crimes, boy. So, Jeffrey Epstein, you think...
He did not kill himself.
I knew you would think that, for sure.
Bro.
Tim had a fucking, one of them press stamps, like, you know, them old school press stamps, and it says Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself like 15 times in different font, and he stamped my hand with it. I'm like, what the fuck? And it says Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. So what do you think? You think,
Bro, that elite pedophile ring is real. That's real.
that's so scary, dude.
It's not that scary.
I flew with Jeffrey Epstein 28 times. Me and my wife Hillary flew with Jeffrey Epstein
I'm
28
so rich and bored.
times.
I get tired
I
of
like
playing
to
golf.
touch little kids right in their genitals. I was the president of the United States. I got my dick sucked in the Oval Office. Can you imagine being impeached and not even getting your dick sucked? You think Trump's going to be the first president to get reelected after being impeached? Because I do. I got $40 riding on it.
40?
Faude.
That's not a lot of faith.
Well, I mean, 2 people bet me $20, so I'm giving up double what either one of them's giving up if I lose, which I
Would
won't.
be.
Huh?
How do
Bet
you
that
really
he would
feel
be.
about it?
Yeah, I bet he's going to get elected again.
You don't get involved with it, though, too much.
What do you
You
mean?
kind of stay on the sidelines because you're scared to say how you really feel.
What are you talking about? I'm
Are
telling
you-
you how I really feel
you're
right
about-
now on my
do you
goddamn
support him?
podcast. Yeah, I support him. He's not my favorite person in the world, but he's
He's
fucking
your
fun
president.
to watch, dude.
He's your president.
He's hilarious. He could like shut the fuck up sometimes, in my opinion. Like, why talk shit to that little girl?
Do you
But-
believe he's intelligent?
No,
At all?
no, dude. Because have you seen what he writes? You seen
think-
how he
do you-
writes?
Do you believe he's
I think
a good
he's
business person?
economically intelligent. Yeah, I think he's business minded. But I don't think he could write an essay that looked like somebody that graduated high school wrote it. If that's what you're asking me.
High school students are really, really bad shape right now.
What do you think, dude?
Lesser
about Trump?
of two evils.
Yeah, for sure, dude. That's sad.
There
to
was no
say.
other choice. The only person that you could choose from that was legitimate to 54 million Americans was a reality TV
Well, there's
host.
350 million Americans in the United States of
They say
America.
there's only like 100 of those 350 million. Only 115 to 125 participated in the election.
Really? Damn. So lesser of two evils, because it's going to be. I know people who think Joe Biden's going to get the nomination.
Would it have been wrong to have a woman run for president?
No.
No. Could a woman be the president
Yes.
of the United States? Would she do a good job?
Maybe. Depends on who it is. It doesn't matter the gender of the person.
Correct.
In my
That first
opinion.
one was not going to be Hillary Clinton.
I like Tulsi Gabbard. I think she's a badass. She's got super left ideas that I don't fucking like that much, but I'm not with the whole get free shit. I'm like, get out here and work. And if you really need free shit, then that's fine. But if you can work, fucking work. That's what I think. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I mean, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're just sitting around in your house waiting on a check? Ben's thinking,
the whole-
everybody. Ben's thinking real hard, guys. If you could see his face right now, if you're listening to this, he's slack-jawed as a fucking Neanderthal, fucking licking his teeth and shit, trying to think of what to say right now.
I'm sorry. It tastes like I have $30 worth of steak in my mouth. No, but I believe that the biggest problem that we had in the election was we had two absolute buffoons as candidates. And anybody else that was competing with them were also terrible. There was literally nobody.
So what if Bernie gets the Democratic nomination? What do you think's going to happen?
I do not think he would be a good president either.
Why?
Because he doesn't have the qualities of a true leader.
I don't think so either. You think Trump does?
Not at all.
Huh. You think Obama did?
Not at all.
Closer.
Closer,
We're getting
closer
warmer.
than the four you just said.
Yeah, we're getting warmer.
But he
what
also
about
wasn't
George?
good.
What about W?
He was about as talented as my left pinky toe.
But he acted like a bad motherfucker when the motherfuckers flew the planes into the World Trade Center, though. He locked it down, bro. He locked it down, or he made it seem like he locked it down.
That was all bull.
He's an idiot, though.
That was all bull.
I don't understand how in a country of 350 million people, we get the dumbest motherfuckers in the world to run it. How does that happen? The elite? The child pedophiles?
Nah, it's a combination of things. It's all about how they market their campaign, and the way they market it to people is by showing they used to do it a lot on TV. They showed a lot of ads on TV, and they do it in districts and areas. So they're not ultimately trying to win everybody. They don't care about the majority vote.
They have a target audience.
They have a target audience in the to get.
Don't worry, I'll help you through this.
To get the votes in the electoral college, they have to have a certain number per district, and the biggest ones are states that possibly could swing, meaning like North Carolina most likely never will swing blue, although they have a ton of really blue counties.
Right.
So like Wake County.
Well, Virginia's kind of the same way. Virginia, the whole state's red.
County.
The whole state's red in Virginia, except for a small strip on the eastern coast, and that eastern coast dictates what the state. Because you saw in Virginia, they're taking people's guns.
I saw that.
Did you see that? They're taking people's AR-15s, and they're telling them if they don't turn them in and they get caught, they're automatically a felon. Can you believe that shit? In fucking Virginia, the capital of the Southland? Can you believe that? Dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. But the district, like the counties, are rising up against that shit in their own state. They could have a fucking, like, straight up, like a civil war in Virginia, dude. Think about that.
I think they'd have that anywhere.
Yeah, if they tried to tell me.
There's enough people that believe in our Constitution enough to arm themselves and say, you will not take my gun.
Absolutely. I'm pretty much one of those people.
It's what it was written for.
It was written so the government can't come in and fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. It was written so you could protect yourself and your home and your family without being intruded upon. That's how when they disarm whole nations, that's how these people become dictators in all these other countries. The first thing they do is they go through and confiscate all the weapons, because if you take all the weapons, nobody can fight back.
So how do people not see this? That's what I don't understand.
Just blind. They were raised stupid. They don't have any sort of critical thinking skills. Like today's society is so warped and changed, and everybody's just sucked right here. And it used to be into the television. They used to pump out crazy stuff in the television. So
propaganda, dude. Propaganda.
You just go home. There was always a show.
That's how Hitler got into power, is through propaganda, dude. Propaganda put Hitler in. What do y'all think is you guys answer it separately, but like, what do y'all think is the biggest problem in America today? I know Ben fucking has 10 million things, but just tell me one.
Ethics.
Just like the ability to do right when nobody's looking.
Yeah.
Like integrity.
Nobody's accountable for anything anymore. There's always a way out of bullshit, and they don't want people to be accountable, or like people fucking up, and it's a pat on the back, it's okay or whatever, or being criticized for holding somebody accountable.
Like, in what way though? Because it's like some people are getting held accountable for stupid shit, like saying something that's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's in all ways. I mean, it's people are getting held accountable, but there's no free speech. There's no. Everybody's trying to push their own shit on other people, and it's free shit. It's getting a pat on the back or not being, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say right now.
I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying.
It's giving kids trophies type shit for not doing
participation
something.
trophies.
Yeah,
Check out Alex's trophy. He got that for not doing it.
Ben gave me that for being the worst fisherman ever, dude. He just graced me with that today. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
And it's who you know, or people getting out of shit that is bad. It's one thing of saying, well, I don't like what the fuck you're saying. He said white trash on air, and now you're getting removed from it or whatever. But it's, people getting out of shit that they shouldn't be getting out of.
Right.
Excuse me, sir. We cannot allow you to say white trash anymore.
We consider that hate speech here at the Facebook headquarters.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
The biggest problem we have in the United States today is division of classes.
Huh.
There is no middle class.
So you're voting for Bernie then?
There's only an upper class and a lower class.
So you're feeling the burn then?
I do not participate in
I mean, that's
votes.
what you're saying. Dude, socialism will bring everybody into the same
rigged
class.
Elections.
So you're not going to vote?
Nope.
Huh. How do you know it's rigged? 100% sure. How do you know?
If me and everybody that I loved believed in something enough to go to Washington, D.C. with our guns to go take over, I'll be a part of that. But I don't participate.
Dude, they're going to come get you, bro. They're about to bust through the fucking ceiling.
In rigged elections.
Yeah, but how do you know it's rigged?
How can it not be? Look who the fuck it is.
Yeah, but to me, that is like telling me it's not rigged. Like if Donald Trump got elected president, to me, that tells me that the election is not rigged. Like nobody thought that guy was going to get fucking be president. I voted for him, and I'll fucking vote for him again.
Not really. I don't think that's true. I think people did believe it.
I mean, I did, but nobody else I knew or heard talk about it. The people who voted for Donald Trump were scared to say they fucking voted for Donald Trump because they were getting called a racist. They were getting called a racist bigot for voting for the guy.
If the shoe fits.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I feel like a lot of people get
when in Rome.
I feel like a lot of people get thrown into that, right?
Thrown into what? Being a racist bigot?
To being a racist bigot. Yeah. I think a lot of that gets thrown into his camp, whether he is or isn't. But I think a lot of that gets thrown in there. I don't think that's like what radiates from the Republican Party.
No, it's not. But I'm saying the liberals saying that is like a... Dude, it makes people want to vote for the opposite of that. Like, it makes people want to be like, oh, you're going to call me a racist bigot because I voted for Trump? Well, I'm going to fucking vote for him again because I'm not a racist bigot and I'm sick of you fucking doing shit like that. Like, it's my choice who I want to vote for. Not yours. Like, you don't get to tell me what my vote means to you.
I believe that racism typically is one direction, especially when the direction that it's going is from the majority.
I don't know what you mean.
Minority racism doesn't matter in the U.S. I'm sure Asian people have lots of white people jokes.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm sure Hispanic people have lots of white people jokes. And I'm sure that black people have lots of white people jokes. And there's racism amongst Asians, Hispanic, Native Americans, blacks, towards white people.
Yeah, but a joke ain't racism to me.
What I'm saying...
You can have a racist joke and it's not racism.
But what I'm saying is that if it comes from the opposite direction, from anywhere other than the majority, it's not considered racism.
You're saying people can't be racist against white people.
Correct. Black people hating on white people will never be considered racism.
I consider it racism.
Everybody should, but overall, they don't consider it that. Which is why if you said we're a bunch of black trash, you wouldn't get flagged on Facebook. But if you say white trash, now you're in trouble.
You think the white trash was in the algorithm?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Just like me saying that I'm going to arm myself and march on Washington with all my boys. If everybody rolled out, I would go. But I don't participate.
For what, though? What are you marching on Washington for?
If there was a chance to overturn the government, if it ever got that bad.
Why would you want to do that?
I'm not saying that I would. I'm saying
you just said you would.
I would participate.
Don't backtrack on this podcast.
I would participate.
Yeah, but what are you participating in is what I'm saying. Wouldn't you want to know
why
exactly?
don't you break out them ugly Gucci Mane shoes you got? Where they at?
They're right here.
No, that ain't them.
These are my Gucci
Where's
Mane
them
shoes, so fuck you,
butternut
man.
squash shoes you got?
Oh,
What were
the
they called?
Yeezys, dude.
Oh, what? How do you say that?
Yeezys, bro. Yeezus made them.
Hello.
Yeezys.
Paid about $3.
Dude, they're fake.
Are they?
They're fake as fuck. They look exactly like the real ones, and they're like $80, dude. And they feel that nobody would ever know.
Yo, Chris, would you rock fake Yeezys?
They look exactly like the real ones.
No, I don't like Yeezys.
Really? The 350 Boost?
I don't like Yeezys.
What kind of shoes you got on? Let me see.
Well, they're Adidas's. They kind of look like them a little bit, but
See, exactly.
Air Max
Come on.
is
Y'all quit
Nike.
trying to fucking play me on my own podcast. I'll fucking kill both of you motherfuckers, and I'll change my DNA, and they won't never find me. What's he got on his feet?
Socks.
Let me see. Let me see your shoes.
Those
They're at the door.
Those are gold toes, too, by the way.
Gold toes. Old school shit. Hell yeah.
He's got to stick a
You don't like them
spearmint gum in his
Yeezys
front
for
pocket.
real? Them ones I showed you?
No, I had to trash you about them because
What, dude? Did you like those New Balances I showed
as long
you?
as you wear them with your Dale Earnhardt shirt, I'm fine with it.
Absolutely. What
I'm
else
fine with it.
would I wear it with?
That's what I'm saying. Like, as long as you're fine with that, I think that's cool.
Okay, I like Kanye. I support Kanye. That dude's one of a kind, bro. Do you like Kanye?
Not at all,
Really?
for sure.
Why?
Anybody
Nobody likes
all
him.
right.
That's why I like him, and that's why I like Trump. Nobody likes him. I like him. That's why I like you guys. Nobody fucking likes y'all, so I like you guys.
Let me ask you a question.
True.
That's true.
How would you feel if somebody walked up and just like completely interrupted somebody in the middle of an award ceremony when they were receiving an award?
It's fucked up. We all do
Dude.
fucked up shit.
Dude, that's
Mistake, dude.
It's not a
That's
mistake.
not unforgivable.
It's unforgivable.
You sound like a goddamn liberal right
Unforgivable.
now, dude. That's what I'm talking
It's
about.
unforgivable.
Dude, we have no like redemption for people, dude. What the fuck, dude? We've all done so
It's division
we've
of
all
classes.
Bro, we've all done fucked up shit.
Guess
We
what?
have, dude. We've all done fucked up shit.
Nobody cares.
I'm telling you,
Change your phone number and see how many people fucking care.
you're going to call me.
I'll drive down here
I know you
and
will.
find out what your phone
And
number
all I
is.
need is a couple of motherfuckers in my corner. That's all I need. So you don't like Kanye because he told Taylor Swift Beyonce should have won.
That was the most disrespectful,
It was super
disclassless.
disrespectful, for sure. I'm
Biggest-
not going to argue with that.
Like, you can't come over that. Do you forgive R. Kelly for peeing on that 16-year-old
No,
girl's
dude,
face?
but that's sexual
Is that also-
assault,
is
bro. That's sexual assault. That's not even close to the same
It's
thing.
close.
Dude, if he would have pissed on her,
She had a fake ID, though.
how's he going to say that's close, Granter? What the fuck, dude?
She had a fake ID.
The girl had a fake ID?
at the
Did
time
you
of-
watch the
At
documentary?
the time of it happening,
Oh, my God.
at the time of it happening, he was not aware that she was underage. He was lied to. She was under the influence. He was under the influence.
So you forgive R. Kelly,
I
but you
do
don't
not
forgive
forgive
Kanye.
either one of them.
You forgive Michael Jackson.
It's also, but it's an unforgivable act, just like interrupting Taylor Swift
How is that
in an award
unforgivable,
show,
dude?
and also painting yourself and starting your own church to get out of taxes. It's
Dude,
not
that's
cool.
crazy.
So,
Dude, that's crazy, right?
if you create a church to get out of paying taxes, I have zero. It's unforgivable.
Oh my God, that kind of is unforgivable.
It's as bad as treason.
Dude, that is
What
bad.
Edward Snowden did is no less harmful than Kanye West calling himself a pastor to get out of paying taxes. Taxes,
But it kind of shows you what an actual pastor is. It's the same thing.
also one of the biggest scams ever to hit the United States.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's actually showing you what a pastor, anybody could be a pastor.
This guy that I followed for a really long time was like, sure, we can teach religion in the school as soon as those son of a bitches start paying taxes.
That makes total sense because, well, public school doesn't teach religion, do they?
Oh, they have been fighting and fighting to teach it, in especially biology where they have zero grounds
Well, it's because, I mean,
because of evolution.
dinosaurs are here. They were here at one point.
Did you watch that? Did you watch that debate with Bill Nye the Science Guy and the super extremist Christian from
No.
Arkansas that
what
built
happened?
a fucking Ark museum?
Oh, my God.
And
Did
believes
you
that
see
the-
this?
Believes that the Earth is 6,000 years old and
Oh
says that the
my-
Bible says it, so it's true. And
Jeez.
Bill Nye completely ate his soul up and spat his carcass right on the floor at his Noah's Ark museum.
I'm pretty dumb, but Bill Nye says some stupid shit sometimes, though, too. if you watch some of his shit,
Oh,
it's
that's
kinda
forgivable.
dumb.
Not like Kanye. but
Okay,
it's
so what
forgivable.
happened in this argument between them?
The guy believed that the Earth was 6,000 years old.
Yeah. So what Bill Nye say? He was there 7,000 years ago when the Earth was created.
Basically.
Come on, man. Nobody fucking really knows.
They
Do
know
they?
that it's not 6,000 years old.
Okay, but do they know how old it really is? Just like nobody knows what happens when you die.
The ice cores in the Arctic up near the North Pole, miles thick. Where did that ice doesn't just happen overnight. It takes
Nah.
years and years and years and years and years and years.
Maybe
and years,
6,000.
Possibly.
Maybe Jesus put them there, dude.
He might have.
He might have just been like,
I think Jesus was black. The odds are
dude, Jesus was Middle Eastern.
you don't know that.
Dude, Jesus was Jewish, born in Israel,
Show me the
right?
body. Show me the tomb. I don't
Dude,
ca-
you should
You know
join
what?
the Black Israelites.
You
dude.
know what? I don't even need a body. Just show me the tomb. I want to see where the stone was rolled away.
It's in Israel, dude, isn't it?
They ain't never found no tomb.
Ain't it in the
named-
Garden
with-
of Gethsemane?
with the-
Fact check me. Ain't it in the Garden of Gethsemane?
Nah, never happened. That's not even a real place.
Dude, it's in Israel. It's a real place. You really think Jesus was black?
Oh, for sure.
I think he
he's
looked like a
Ethiopian.
black guy.
I believe he was from like Middle Africa.
So you think
Sure.
Jesus was? Is Granter pulling that shit up on Google?
Is
Fuck
Jesus-
yeah!
was
Tell us
Jesus
what you
black?
find, Granter. Is he writing in? Was Jesus black?
Oh no, I was worried about
No,
the
I'm
tomb.
just kidding.
I could care
Dude,
less.
Yeah,
I'm
they
pretty
never-
sure it's a Garden of Gethsemane.
They
dude.
never found a tomb or the body.
You know what is crazy? Didn't they find a fucking what are those big furry elephants called? A mammoth, a woolly mammoth. Didn't they find one of those perfectly preserved in a fucking ice block?
That was only like
Yeah.
1,000 years old then, huh?
Yeah, hey, look, and no, I'm not saying the Earth's 6,000 years old. I'm just saying Bill Nye doesn't fucking know everything. He's not omnipotent or omniscient or any of that shit. Bill Nye is not.
He's invincible.
Bill Nye is a god. No, but like, I heard they were going to take DNA from that woolly mammoth and implant it into.
It's not his tomb.
Is it
It's
not?
where he prayed the night of his betrayal and arrest.
Okay, all right, I got that wrong. But did you see if the tomb exists though?
I think Ben's right on that one.
They never found it, bro.
Really? They can't find some tomb and just say it's Jesus'
They can't
tomb?
find any historical records previous to 80 years after his alleged death.
How accurate do you think history is that we're teaching kids
Absolutely
in school?
nothing.
Just don't think it's
We
accurate.
know-
Some
we-
of it.
We know more about how electricity works.
No, it's not. They don't know where it is.
Damn.
We know more about how electricity works today than they knew about astronomy 5,000 years ago.
Yeah, but how can anybody know that for a fact? The way the fucking the way the pyramids are built directly depicts the way the fucking stars align in the sky.
And it's not just that; it's on every continent, and most of it's underwater. So, like, there's even ancient megalithic sites off the coast of Japan. But with the rise of sea level being what it is, it's all hidden. And it's very, very, very hard currents to swim through. So I believe a lot of the history and civilization
ocean.
is hidden. It's
Well,
underwater.
it used to be one
and
supercontinent called
sediments
Pangea.
covered. Well, that, but I mean closer than that. Within 10 to 12,000 years ago, when the first ice age started to be over, I believe there was a very large civilization. Just think about this. 2020, right? In 1920, every home in the southeast still didn't have indoor plumbing or electricity
In 1920.
in 1920.
100 years later.
100 years later, we allegedly put a man on the moon. We can communicate through an electronic device that's almost the size of a business card.
That happened in 20 years.
Right.
20 years.
20 years.
That happened. So think about 100 years from now how shit's going to be. How do you think shit's going to be 100 years from now? You think we're going to destroy ourselves or
I
what?
believe we're so far from the old technology that we have forgot about our past to the point that the civilizations that were probably here before us probably either evacuated or were in contact with people that could allow them to be spacefaring civilizations, and they all left.
So you're saying
The majority left.
You're saying like 10,000 years ago you think we had communication with the spacefaring people.
Yeah.
And we somehow lost that technology, kind of like we lost technology to go to the moon.
Right.
Huh. I mean, I don't think that's too far-fetched. I mean, I think that's totally plausible. You know what I mean?
I believe that, like, the things that we can do now, as far as with technology, are as close to previous civilizations before us.
So you think they've had the same type of technology we've had, like in ancient Egypt?
No,
Not the same,
type.
but
They were
on
way
the same
ahead.
scale.
They found shit that resembled, had.
Get right up on that mic.
They were playing with electricity thousands of years ago. But all kinds of
Baghdad
all
battery.
kinds of records were lost and shit like that. Shit burned up underwater. But they said we'd be probably a couple thousand years ahead in technology had that not happened. But they found things that have electrical current. They were made, batteries that were made thousands of years ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So like ancient Egypt, they were fucking around with electricity.
Every ancient civilization ever to record written documents or have a written language has talked about the leaders and the rulers having flying machines. That's not
how
that's
weird is
not
that?
new with like people
You've been
think
watching
the
Ancient Aliens?
I've always watched a lot
Love
of it.
that
I do more college level type lectures, like the free thinkers, universities. Like I'm not gonna watch a debate by two guys arguing over where the tomb was for like Liberty University, but I'll watch somebody who will debate Christian believers for non-belief.
So why do you think the Bible never talked about like dinosaurs?
Because that was thousands of years ago.
And they didn't, and when they wrote the Bible, they didn't know that there was dinosaurs on the planet.
No.
That's what you're saying, though.
No, I think that they had an idea that they found all these bones, but they didn't know what it was.
You think they found bones back then, though?
Yeah.
Do you think the translation of the Bible fucked it up? Like King James translation, and every time because it's like the game telephone. When you say something and it goes around the circle and it comes back and it's nothing like what the original message was, do you think it could have been like that?
Absolutely.
I mean, it had to have been like that, right?
It's been changed so many times.
And it probably was changed to make the person translating it say what they wanted it to say. Do you not think that? Like they had a personal hand in it? Oh. What do you think?
Well,
because, I mean, you got the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's pretty OG
80
shit.
years after Jesus allegedly died.
That's pretty OG shit, right?
Sort of. So, it's one thing to make claims without evidence. It's another thing to make claims that a species that's 200,000 years old, that has a background of being cave-dwelling hunters and gatherers that come from a species that's very similar to other primates like chimpanzees and gorillas and bonobos. We're closer to a bonobo than we are to...
Because they like to fuck. Because they like to fuck.
Yeah, but 200,000 years, what would make people really honestly believe that a deity that stands behind space and time, that's all powerful, would have a covenant with a bunch of Israelis in the middle of the desert? They were Bronze
chosen people, dude.
They were Bronze
They're the
Age
chosen
people. So why is everybody not trying to go back there now? If they were
Because
so
it
chosen.
fucking sucks.
It's the only place in
It's
the Middle
the
East with no
desert.
oil.
It's the desert.
They're fighting over a place in the Middle East
Because
that
they're
has
pissed
no
because they
oil.
live in the desert.
Should go to where the food is.
Go to where the food is.
Well, you're there. You give them a Butterfinger.
Do you think it's possible? Who was that? Sam
Kinison.
Kinison, that's right. Dude, he was talking shit about the kids, the Ethiopian
He
kids,
died too soon.
in a fucking bit, like a joke. And it was just like the fucking most terrible shit ever, but it was so funny, dude.
How'd you get back in that mud hole? We got to do another take.
So Ben's going to try to do open mic, which
We'll
I
try
think
it.
is awesome.
You at the comedy club?
Yeah, I'm going to try it out.
Every time I do it, I want to run out of there right before they call my name. I think it's like the douchiest shit ever. It's super douchey. I'm trying to change my perspective on it.
Good luck.
Because, like, you kind of have to be a little bit douchey to put a microphone. You got to be kind of douchey to start a podcast, first of all. And you kind of got to be kind of douchey to definitely take a microphone and get on a stage in front of people. You know? I don't know. I'm trying to change my perspective on it. Cause
Whenever you get up there and you get on the microphone, just look out and pretend everybody's naked.
That's so stupid, man. I
It's
can't
true.
believe you just said that on
It's
my
the only
fucking
way.
podcast,
It's
dude.
the only way to do it.
Are you excited? Or are you nervous? Or you just don't really feel any kind of way about it? Hey, shithead.
I'm not
We're
really,
doing a podcast.
I'm not really that nervous about it. Your mom wants her hoodie back. Not bad.
Fuck you, Benjamin. I like a couple
So-
parts of your bit. You
Yeah,
shared
so
with me.
like I think that I could do it, but I was under the impression it was a little longer than 4 minutes.
That's all you need. If you can't do it in 4
Story
minutes,
of
you
my
can't
life.
do it. That's what I think.
You either got it or you don't. I mean, if you're either gonna die in 4 minutes, you're gonna kill,
Yeah.
and then after the 4 minutes, you know it's probably gonna get longer than 4 minutes.
I've kind of died up there before. I've started out
Yeah.
strong and I've started out weak and then I fucking have killed the whole time. And because at open mics, you're just trying shit out. Like you don't have like fully developed bits yet. Like you're trying it. It's the only thing you got to actually practice in front of people, which is fucking weird, dude. That's odd, right?
How
Isn't
many
that,
Believe
times
what
have
you wanna
done this
believe.
now?
what'd you say?
How many times have you done this now?
Probably like 8 or 10, probably. I'm the last.
He has a set date. Like you're
Nah, he can just do it whenever he wants.
Oh,
So it's
They have
supposed
it
to be on a
every Thursday.
night.
You just
Thursday
show
night.
up.
You show up and you wait in line for a
I'm gonna have
fucking
a
hour, and then you get 4 minutes, and you have to wait till your turn. So it's a commitment. I mean, it's the whole fucking. I mean, it's three hours of being there, but it's fun. I mean, you get to hear other people, and I enjoy it. I meet it's a whole new group of people like that I've met up there. I've had a few of them on the podcast and thoroughly enjoyed it. I've met some fucking solid dudes up there. I love it, dude. There's some super
I think
douches
it'd
up
be
there
a lot
too,
of
though.
fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, dude.
That's
It's
my
fun.
targets.
I get so nervous though, dude. Like I get so nervous, and you probably wouldn't think it because I don't really get that nervous. But like I get fucking. This last time I didn't get that nervous though, and I didn't take any bullet points with me. It was the first time I didn't take bullet points up there, in case I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. I could just fucking tell another joke real quick. But a lot of the guys, when they're telling a joke for the first couple times, they'll take a note card up there so they won't forget the points, like the punchlines that they're trying to. You don't have to do that, but I've done it. I'm probably not going to do it anymore for a while. I'm going to start working on my bits and get them locked in.
It's fucking 4 minutes.
Yeah, but if you've never done it before, you really don't know what that 4 minutes feels like. Sometimes it feels like 1 second. Sometimes it feels like 10 minutes. I feel like 10 minutes would be a pretty good long set. Like 10 minutes of you just talking, trying to make motherfuckers laugh. I think it's a lot more
Have you
difficult.
seen me?
I think it's a lot more
Look at me.
difficult. Yeah, you're pretty fucking funny looking.
See?
But I think it's a lot more difficult than most people think. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I've done some hard shit in my life, like wrestling. Wrestling was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. But it's hard, dude.
I thought it was catching a fish.
Dude, fuck you, Ben. Fuck you. Dude, I've put you on fish so many times, and you come in here and you insult me and spit in my fucking face by giving me that worst fisherman of the year in the world fucking trophy, dude.
The skunk
How
trophy.
dare you come here with that shit, dude? You're lucky you brought me a 120-year-old decoy with it, or I'd have had to butt fuck you in the streets in front of God and everybody.
He's not real. I mean, these are some pretty large claims you're making with no proof.
Did we talk about what we said we were going to talk about?
Fuck no. We didn't talk about anything we were supposed to talk
we
about.
not,
You
dude?
started talking about Kanye West and President Trump.
And Mariah Carey's boobs.
Oh, God, they're so good in that tub.
I want to
on
see
Cribs.
them. I want to see them.
Bro, she's got a gold bathtub.
All oily and shit. You know, they're all dripping wet, and she's all like, she's all singing Christmas songs, and her titties are just bouncing just a touch. Just bouncing just a touch. And they're just like doing that little circular motion, and she's like jumping up and down, and she's just singing Christmas carols,
With
dude.
the suds. Lots of suds.
Suds on her nips. What do you think her nips look
We don't
like?
know.
They're ugly.
You think they're ugly?
Oh.
I bet they're ugly.
You
What
willing
if
to
they
bet
look- what if
money?
they
Are
look
they
like that-
fake tits? Or are they real?
What if they look like that doorknob right there? Just got a little...
You think they're fake or real? I think they real.
Probably fake by now.
You think so? I think they real titties. What you think,
They
Benny?
probably were real.
You think they're real?
I don't think you could go that far and only sing.
I mean, she sucks them. She sucks. She sucks something to get to the top, don't you think? Because she can't really sing that great. Now, fucking Christina Aguilera,
Ooh.
she can sing. Her Christmas album fucking rips too, boys. Y'all
How-
heard that one? Dude, it slaps,
Speaking
bro.
of MTV,
Dude, I love Christmas music.
I don't listen.
Christmas music.
Dude, really? I love
What's your
Christmas,
favorite
dude.
Christmas song?
Just all of them.
All of them.
I love them all, dude. I like the one where it's like, it's Christmas time in the city. I like that one a lot. I
Yeah.
just love Christmas music, bro. Do y'all like Christmas? Because I fucking love it, dude.
I like Christmas.
I'm so excited for Christmas, dude. You probably hate it because you got 3 fucking kids to provide for.
Yeah.
How is that?
I don't know. I'm
dude?
indifferent.
Are you?
I mean, I enjoy it to an extent, but sometimes it gets fucking overwhelming.
Do they like ask for a bunch of shit?
No.
Specific.
They used to, but I mean, it was easier. You could buy them cheap shit, but now
Yeah.
they, want iPhones 11s and Champion jumpsuits or like hoodie sweatsuit shit.
Yeah.
So
Bro, I'm going to tell you how
that shit made me
ridiculous.
mad. They used to be at Walmart, and I go to buy 3 of them. I spent like $140 on 2 sweatsuits. And I can't, they're so fucking popular. I can't buy the third. They don't have the size. And I'm talking Champion. The website Champion is out of stock.
Holy shit.
So I had to outsource. I had to find, locate like a hoodie elsewhere and the pants at another site. And I paid as much for one suit because of supply and demand. It was like $110. I paid
Holy
$140 for
shit.
2.
And they're just sweatpants.
Yeah, sweatpants and a hoodie.
Sweatpants, bro.
Same thing with the shoes, Vans. They had to have ones they're not in any store. I can't find them.
What Vans do they want? You got
Just
some
like
little
these
bougie
slip-ons.
ass girls, don't you?
Not really. I mean,
Just
you know,
like
it's
their
fucking
daddy.
around. Vans. I mean, they're not too well. They kind of they are. They're getting bad. They're getting bad. But, like I had to pay a $20 upcharge per pair of shoes because they're I had to order them. There was only one place that fucking had them.
What kind of Vans are they?
It looked
Slide
like regular
ons.
slip-ons to me, like black. And it got
They're
the white bottoms
slide.
with the white stripe around the
They're
shit. or
slide, no
black
laces.
stripe.
Does
High
Ben know
five.
what he's talking about? Or is
Yeah,
he just
the
saying
slip-ons, the
shit?
slide-
Okay.
the slide.
I just got to
High
double check.
Slip-on shoes, yeah.
Hot shit around.
But I've had to collectively pay like nearly $100 more in upcharges because the shit's hard to find.
When your girls were like little, was it fun?
Oh yeah,
I'm about to have so much goddamn fun, dude. I got him I think I told both of y'all, but I got him I got him a jacked up monster truck with real shocks on it, and the seat is like this high. Like it's got a step bar on it, a metal frame. It's got a metal step bar, and your boy, white trash of the nation, bought the fucking display one, so I don't even have to fucking put it together, dude. And I was trying to get a discount on that one, and they were like, well, it took us 3 hours to put it together. So I'm like, okay, I'll give you $300 for it. Dude, it's so badass. And I got him to
where
ask.
is it?
It's at my parents' already because we're doing Christmas there.
Right.
So I went and bought it while they were here, and I put it in the back of their truck with a tarp over it because it was fucking raining. And then they went and got him a fucking license plate that says Maddox on it. Dude, how dope is that?
That's dope.
Do y'all remember y'all's first Power Wheels?
Oh yeah,
Dude, I remember I had a Jeep Wrangler, dude.
I don't know if I had one.
Dude, I just think it's
I
something.
got my first 4-wheeler when I was 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. So you remember that, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I think it's shit like that you remember. I think he's going to remember having this monster truck.
Oh, yeah. You remember that shit forever.
I just think that's so cool, dude. Like, you think about what impacted you as a child, and you want to make those moments special for your own
I was
kids.
just talking about that the other night with my mom and my grandmother. Shit that I remember happening. Like, I was in preschool. So I was 3, 4,
Yeah.
whatever. My grandfather showing up with a fat cat dirt bike in the back of the truck.
Oh,
extra,
dude.
extra.
That's so
Extra.
cool,
That's
dude.
lucky.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I remember my first dirt bike was a Honda 80XR, and I think I was about 12. And I remember trying to learn how to use the choke. And, like, the motherfucker kept flying out from underneath me, and me and my dad were in the yard, and he's trying to tell me to let the choke out slow. Like, put one first gear's down, the rest of them are up. So, fucking press it down and let out on the choke as you...
clutch.
I meant the clutch, I'm sorry. Let out on the clutch as you give it gas. Like, slowly. And I kept popping the clutch.
You kept also
And it
revving
kept...
the shit out of it.
Yeah, and it kept cutting off and flying out from underneath me, dude. And my dad finally taught me how to do it, dude. And I rode the shit out of that thing for years. I was way too big for that thing, riding it on the golf course in Quail Ridge, dude. Just ripping shitty, dude. But that's the type of shit I remember. Do you ever think about that, though? Like, the shit you remember, I know you just said you did, but, like, when the shit you remember when you were a kid, like, you want to make that special for your own kids, you know?
Yeah.
You feel like that about Jackson, Ben?
Yeah, I feel that way.
You just think about shit and you're just like, damn, I remember that. Let me make this special for him, you know?
Yeah,
I
for
tried
sure,
to as
for
best
sure.
I can. I was way luckier as a child than my kids were. Of what I was able to get. I mean, my grandparents, my grandfather, but rest his soul. But he blessed me so much. But the shit that I do for the kids, I try to like do good things, like spur of the moment mountain trips. Hell, Ben and I went on that, fishing. Just let's go here, let's go do this, and buying them shit. Eventually, they'll get. I don't have the property for that.
Yeah.
I don't have the
A
property.
lot of people don't.
So there's no sense in me spending thousands of dollars on a piece of equipment that can ride in less than a quarter acre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 90 acres sold. Like less than a tenth of a mile from where I live at right now. 90 acres at one whack. 14,000 an acre.
Holy shit. God damn. That sounds like a lot, dude.
Over a million.
Why? Why is it so
Man.
much?
Land's just expensive, man. 14,000 an acre, and you're buying 90 acres at a time.
Damn, I'd love to have 90 acres, bro, with a fucking flooded cornfield on it where mallard ducks just fucking come in there, and I'm just fucking waiting with my goddamn gun. Just cut them down, dude. I would love that shit, dude.
You ain't even gonna sleep tonight.
I'm so
Quackhead.
tired, dude. I'm asleep. I'm such a quackhead, bro. I'll be up before my alarm goes off every time I hunt, dude. I set an alarm for 4 a.m. and I get up at 3:30.
Yeah, the last time I spent the night down here, we went to bed at 11 o'clock. He said, I'm gonna set the alarm for about 4:30.
Where we going fishing?
We'll get out there.
Can't.
We'll
sleep.
get out there by about 5. We'll be in the water by 5:15.
What was I already on the water when you got up?
About 5:45. 2:45 in the morning. I can't sleep. Let's go fishing right now. We're out there. There's literally no lights at all. Still pitch black. We'll get some bait. We literally were in the dark for an hour trying to catch bait because we were out there so early. We were on the water and like had breakfast, drank 2 or 3 Red Bulls, smoked half a pack of cigarettes. It's 4:15 in the morning. Yeah.
I got it bad, dude. I fucking love that shit, dude. I love being out there, dude. That's why I bought that boat. I would never spend no money like that, dude, if I wasn't going to use the shit out of something. You know what I mean? But it's like, dude, I'm out there all the time. I just told Ben today, I'm like, dude, this is the best thing I ever fucking bought. Like, I love that fucking thing, dude. Like, I just hope nothing, goes wrong with it. I mean, it's pretty much new, so. But I love being out there, dude. I think it's cool, like, as an adult, to have some shit that you get so excited about you can't fucking sleep.
I want to be so excited about not ever paying over $75 to go see a show ever.
Yeah,
Any
what's
kind of
up
show.
with that, dude?
Dude,
Have you noticed that? The ticket prices are fucking...
Dude, I took the kids to see Carrie Underwood. And after the cost of the tickets, we got floor seats. But after the cost of the tickets, going out to dinner, buying fucking T-shirts,
$1,000.
$1,000.
God damn, Carrie Underwood's getting off, boy.
Oh, yeah, all the way.
God damn.
All the way off.
Hey, what was that Garth Brooks CD he came out with as an alter ego? Chris Haynes?
I saw that.
Was it?
I saw that on the podcast.
I know, but I don't know if that's true.
It was true. He came out as an alter. He did come out with an alter ego for a little while.
And it was Chris Haynes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop that fucking thing down. Fish are coming in. Shoot him with your spear gun. Yup. You didn't
wild,
listen to that
dude.
podcast?
It would be like Reba McEntire coming back as a man.
She might have been a man. She's
I
kind
like
of
Tyler
manly.
Childers, but
Dude, so
he's ginger.
so
I'm just saying.
so spear fishermen.
Shit.
It's time
It's
from that
aggravating
$30
me.
steak.
It looks like somebody. It looks like you're about missing the whole fucking tooth.
I tried to buy the steaks. Ben wouldn't fucking let me, dude.
It might have been some of that smoked salt. What was that? Aster?
We thought Granner was gonna call that out, didn't we?
We thought.
What?
It was like some
He just gobbled it all up.
some smoked applewood salt we used on the steaks, and we were like, Granner's gonna fucking taste this piece of meat and be like, that's smoked applewood salt, isn't it? Because it's just like something Granner would do.
I haven't heard of it. It was good though. It was fucking real good.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Real
glad y'all
smoked.
like. I should have cooked them just a little longer.
This podcast sponsored by Traeger. Anything you smoke, we can smoke better.
Hell yeah! I wish it was sponsored by Traeger. I'm supposed to get a Traeger rep on here on the podcast that I met at Costco. Yeah, so they can tell me how to use the grills and shit.
You smoke bologna. You can smoke cheese.
Dude, they
peanuts.
take pieces of hot dog and chop them up, and they call it poor man's burnt ends, and they smoke them. How cool is that? Have you had them?
Oh yeah.
I've never had them. Wait, did we have them at the place? Yeah, we did. We had them at
Those
the.
burn ends. No, we didn't have.
We
burn
got
ends.
poor man's burnt ends at the. Oh, we got bologna.
Yeah, we got the bologna.
Thick bologna. That's what it was. It was smoked on the grill, though, wasn't it?
Get you some regular hours brand Schlitz.
I don't know what that means.
The place we went to. We were
The
talking
place
about.
we're talking about right this second.
Yeah, but you're talking about get you some what?
Dude, they only are open for lunch like 3 days a
Oh,
week.
regular
They close
hours.
for Advent.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Close for Advent.
Hanukkah. They take all the major holidays off.
Yeah, I'd like to go there on Friday, but you know they're gonna be closed Christmas week.
Yeah.
You know they ain't gonna be fucking up.
Maybe not.
Are y'all gonna be
Maybe
in
not. They got
town?
weird hours. We never know when they're open. Delicious food, but
Are y'all gonna be in town this week? Cause I'm coming on
I gotta
Tuesday.
work. Gotta work.
I gotta
On
work.
Christmas?
Not Christmas Day.
I gotta work
Eve.
Thursday and Friday.
No, I mean we closed the restaurant down at 2 in the afternoon.
I'll be there about 2 in the afternoon, and we'll be doing family shit, but
Till when?
the rest of the day, and then Christmas morning we'll do that, and then after that I'm good. I won't be doing shit. I'll probably fish at the pond if you want to come try to catch some bass. If you want to come get on some fat bass. I know you like them fat basses, bro.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing this week?
I gotta work Thursday and Friday.
Damn, I'm off the whole fucking week. They fucked my paid vacation days up, and I got 40 hours, so I'm like, book it, bitch, I'm out. Because I gotta use them, they don't roll over. So I'm like, hell yeah. This was my last day of work today for 9 fucking days, dude. Like, I'm off for the next 9 days, dude. I'm finna beat my dick into submission, bro. Every chance I get. Dude, I love where this podcast went. I really appreciate you guys doing the podcast.
Come all the way over here. You're just doing curls with your dick.
Dude, one arm, my right arm's gonna be jacked, dude, from jacking.
9 days of it too.
9 days of beating. Somebody's
Yeah,
gonna get
it's
beat.
good.
Somebody's getting beat, or I'm gonna beat it.
Yeah.
You understand me, son? I appreciate y'all doing the podcast.
Aliens are real.
Well, we'll end it on that one.
Should say that.
Bent Womack Electrical Contractors, hit them up. They're a paid sponsor of the podcast. 910-231-7679. 910-231-7679. Hit them up. Ben Scott, Chris
Use
Granner.
that, but we'll wrap it.
We in this bitch, boy. We out.